All right, folks, welcome back from Notre Dame Prep, where tonight your Notre Dame Prep girls varsity basketball team takes on the Falcons of Divine Child. Starts for the Irish, Tessa Bordogno, Paula Sayular, Kaylin Sowers, Audrey Simon, and Nella Kaminskis. So this is going to be a competitive one. Notre Dame Prep and Divine Child both have 4 wins each. Divine Child with a 4-3 record. Notre Dame Prep with a 4-2 record. Both these teams pretty good on defense. Notre Dame Prep allowing 33 points a game. Divine Child allowing 39.6 points per game. So this is shaping up to be a very exciting matchup. So here's set to take a face-off. Tessa Bordogno scoring off against Shipka Klein. Eliza Shipka Klein. As Shipka Klein wins that one back to Divine Child. That's handled by Williamson. Up top to Hoon. Now that's a 3 taken by Dracey. Airballs that one, and it's going to go the way of Irish possession. So it's now Sowers corrals it for the Irish. That's a leading scorer all year. Broke the all-time points record in girls basketball earlier against Detroit Kings. That passes off to Tessa Bordogno. Brings that down the far side. Looking for a cutting Sowers, but is fouled. First foul of the day on Divine Child. As Bordogno gets ready to throw it in. Underneath thrown hoop. Into the paint for Simon. Simon with the layup. Got it. So Audrey Simon, the senior, opens up scoring for the Irish as Williamson controls the ball at the bottom of at the top of the arc. Passes that one over to Dracey. Now back over to Williamson. Surveying, guarded by Sowers. Swings that one back over to Dracey. Who returns the favor, going back to Williamson as Williamson sweeps to the near arc. Into the paint. Now out wide. Over to Dracey at the top. Sends that over to Hoon. And she looks to pass inside for Skipsa Klein. Misses that layup. Gets the rebounds. And throws that one out of bounds. So losing the ball, possession going to the Irish. Bordogno here to throw in once again. Hucks that one up and over to it, breaking out Sowers, who mishandles it but gets it back. Now Audrey Simon bringing it. Has that pickpocketed from her. And Divine Child will get set up from under their own basket, now out across half court. That's Williamson handling the ball. Thought about shooting it, now passes that one off to Foes. Into the paint, and a foul. Shipka Klein on the receiving end of that foul. So free throws coming for Shipka Klein. Two free throws here. First free throw up and bricks out. Now one more free throw for Shipka Klein. It's a very hard last name. 2 Z's in the entire name. As that free throw does fall through. And Tessa Bordogno handles it, breaking down the near sideline for the Irish. Now spinning, looking for an outlet pass. Has that one knocked away smartly, lets it go out of bounds. Irish will retain possession. Bordogno throws that one into Sowers. Sowers getting face guarded here. Sweeping into the paint, almost has it taken away, and it is taken away. Handling that is Dracey, who passes that one up ahead to Skipka Klein into the corner for Hoon. Hoon works her way in. And possession goes to the Irish. Bordogno throws it in to Sowers, who gives that right back to Bordogno as she now comes across half court. Guarded by Klein. Just thought about shooting the 3, now sends that one over to Sowers. Sowers working into the paint, fouled. So 2 fouls already on the Falcons, as Bordonia here to throw in from underneath the Divine Child hoop. Starters still out on the floor, as that's sent up to Simon. Last touched by Lizzie Williamson, the junior, for Divine Child. Possession is going to retain with the Irish. Sowers pops out, gets that inbound. Now into the paint, looking for Simon in the paint. Pass a little high. Possession goes to Divine Child. Williamson. She's handled most of the breakout so far today, as she sends that one over to the far arc. Now the near arc, who's handling it. Back over to Williamson, works her way into the paint, stops, puts up the floater. Rebound handled by the Irish, that's Tessa Bordonia. Now works her way in and slows it down. Bordonia stops, got to be careful with travel, sends that one off to Nella Kaminskis. Now back up top to Simon. Simon nearly pickpocketed away, but then a foul on Simon. So 2 fouls apiece here. Hun gonna throw in here for Divine Child. Gives that one over to Williamson. Into the near corner, working in is Dracey, who passes that back up top, now handled by Williamson. Williamson sends that one down, that's handled by Hun. Over to Dracey. Now back to Williamson on the near arc. Can double team, zone look for the Irish, as that's back over to Williamson. Puts up the long 2, which falls through. Scores 3-2 in favor of the Falcons of Divine Child, as Tessa Bordonia handles it at the near arc. Working her way in, they have Sowers in the paint. Now sweep to the outside, but that's knocked away by Hun. Subs coming in. Dracey coming off for Ringwelski. As Bordonia trying to throw in, throws that one over to Sowers. Sowers getting guarded by Hoon, who's been giving her a lot of trouble, as there's a foul, gonna be 2 shots. That foul on Ringwelski. That first free throw falls through for Sowers. So Simon opened up the scoring. Sowers now adding on with free throws of her own. Here's the second. Second free throw is up and right through. 30-second timeout called by head coach Matt Matuza. As Simon, 2 fouls, so she's getting subbed out. So while we're at the timeout, I'll let you guys know what is up ahead, obviously, in the near future. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, the North Oakland Eagles battling up against the Lakes Area United Hockey Club. Then on Tuesday of next week, the 13th, boys basketball takes on Walled Lake Western at home. Thursday will be North Oakland versus Grosse Pointe North, and then we end it on Friday the 16th with Notre Dame Prep versus Walled Lake Northern. So down to 4 minutes in the first quarter. Notre Dame Prep leads this one 4-3. Simon subbed out for Ariana McGank. That's passed over to Foos. Over to Williamson. Williamson now back over to Foos. Lots of ball movement here as that's put into the corner for Hoon. Hoon works her way in, passes that one low for Ringwelski. That rims out. Grabbed by Sayular. Sayular, the junior, passes that one off to Nello. Now all the way over to Bordonia. Good break out there by the Irish. Bordonia has it up top. Now stops. Into the paint for McNank. That layup is no good. Rebound handled by Sayular, but then taken away. Jump ball going to go to the Falcons. So Williamson brings it in for the Falcons. There's a long three, no good off the back of the rim. Now back over to Foos, another three, that one off the rim. Rebound handled by Bordonia. So now Sowers bringing it in far corner. It's now Sayular being backed down by Foos, the junior. That one knocked away from Bordonia, who lets it go out of bounds. So Nella Kaminskis throws that in to Tessa Bordonia. And Tessa Bordonia on the near arc. Sends that into the paint for McGank. Back over to Bordonia. Bordonia puts up the three. Just off the front of the rim. Handled by Skipper Klein. And Foos bringing it in. That one knocked away by Sowers, who was fouled. So that foul there on Samantha Foos. As Kaminskis throws into Bordonia. And there's a foul. Looks like, I believe there's going to be free throws. Yes, so free throws coming for Sayular. So that first free throw from Sayular, no good.
No, we're good. We're going to go back.
So second free throw coming for Sayular. 7 points on the season. That second free throw up, no good. Line violation, so Sayular being subbed out for Emily Guma. 2 minutes left, knotted up. In a close game, 4-3. Williamson handles it. Another takeaway by Sowers. She crosses, trying to get around Hun. Picks up by Kaminskis. Long three, just rolls out. Their layup missed by Hoon, but foul. Or rather, that is a foul on Foos. It's now up to 6 fouls already. And that will mean shots for Notre Dame.
20 and 22 seconds.
So, Ariana McGank making the free throws here. First free throw. Falls through. So lengthening the lead as Kaminskis subs out. Minute 44 left. Irish lead this one 5-3. Next free throw. That falls through as well. So 3-point lead for the Irish. That's passed into the corner. And that's tipped nearly out of bounds by Simon. Passed over to Hansen. Now hands that one off to Hamoud. Down into the corner for Ringwelski. Up top to Williamson. Williamson slows it down. Passes that one over to Hoon. Back over to Williamson, works her way into the paint. Now back pedals out above the arc and passes that one off to Hoon. Back over to Williamson, into the corner for Hamoud. Hamoud passes it over to Williamson. Williamson sweeps across, now in the far side corner. Hands that one off to Ringwelski, into the corner. Into the near side corner for Hoon. Lockdown defense from the Irish right now. No options, under a minute. That's swung into the corner for Hamoud. Hamoud works her way under and steps out of bounds, turning that ball over to the Irish. So this zone defense for the Irish, showing why they're only allowing 33 points per game, though a little bit of a press coverage coming for Divine Child as Sowers crosses over. Now out up top, guarded by Hoon. Pick comes from Simon. Over to McGank, back over to Sowers. Sowers travels. So going to be turned back over. So great defense from the Irish, despite the fact that they only have 6 points. Holding Divine Child to 3, as that's passed out to Hoon. Hoon puts up a long 3 that's way off. Handled by Bordonia. Under some pressure. Able to just escape out of the travel there. Now has it across mid half court. Passes into the paint. Back into the paint. Pass over for Simon. Back to Tessa Bordonia, who lays that one in. 8-3 is the lead, down to 5 seconds in the first. Going for the late layup and the buzzer beater was Williamson. She's up to 4 points on the day. That takes us to the end of the first quarter. So low-scoring games so far, thanks to some very good zone defense played by the Irish, forcing Divine Child to think a whole lot more than they'd like to. They're holding on to the ball much longer than they need to be, which is leading to how low the scoring is. So again, I'm Augie Villalon here with NDP Athletics Broadcasting. Right now, we are giving you the live coverage of girls varsity basketball. Notre Dame Prep Fighting Irish taking on the Divine Child Falcons. So far, leading scores for the Irish, 4 separate scorers. Bordonia, Sowers, Simon, and McGank. All 4, I should say, with 2 points each. Williamson leads Divine Child with 4. Klein has a free throw, giving her 1. Kaminska's going to throw in a start. Throws that one over to Guma. Pivoting. Under a double team, turns that one over, handled by Hoon. Hoon works her way in. Goes underneath, no foul. As Sowers stole that ball from Hoon there. Hoon limping pretty hard on that right leg. Bordonia pulls up, goes for the layup. No good as Guma passes it back out to Bordonia. Down to Nella Kaminskis. Over to Guma. Into the paint for Simon. Simon, layup, barely rolls out. As Williamson works her way in, puts on the brakes. Now steps back, going to try to get a better option. Works her way in, falls in, is fouled. That foul on Emily Guma. So Emily Guma now subbing out for Kushaba. Drachy subbing out for Murray. As Williamson with a 3. Nothing but net. So now we're all knotted up. Tied 8-8. Williamson up to 7 points on the day as that's over to Kushaba. Kushaba with some speed works her way in. Goes for the layup. Just misses. That's taken by Hamoud. Hamoud works her way down. Passes off to Kuhn. Kuhn puts up the 3. No good, but she is fouled by Bordonia. It's now all knotted up 8-8. So Hoon with the first free throw. That rolls in. And it appears that my least favorite thing in all of sports, the noisemaker, has made its way into the gym. The second free throw from falls through. Now a third foul, or a third free throw for Cameron Hoon. And that one bricks out. Rebound taken by Hamoud. Luke sends it over to Williamson. Williamson working across into the paint, goes for the floater. That falls through. So up to 9 points is Lizzie Williamson, the junior, as Kushiba working her way around. Passes that one over to Simon, who passes that one right back to Kushiba with the layup, cutting into the lead. Now Williamson takes it for the Falcons. Pick coming from Hoon, passes that one over to Hamoud. Down to the near side arc for Murray, back over to Hamoud. Up top for Hoon now. Hoon sends it to the far arc. As that was knocked out of bounds by Bordonia. Timeout called by Divine Child. So this Irish defense doing a really good job slowing everything down. That's a 30-second timeout taken by Divine Child. I'm Augie Villan here with NDP Athletics Broadcasting, where you can get all of your live NDP sports. Right now we are at Notre Dame Prep, covering your Notre Dame Prep Fighting Irish Girls varsity basketball team, taking on the Dearborn Divine Child Falcons. It's a close one, been very defensive, low scoring back and forth. Currently, the score is 10-12 in favor of the Falcons, who just took a timeout. So throwing in for the Falcons is Draiche. Or Draiche? We're going to say Draiche. Passes that one over to Williamson. Pass it over to Hoon on the near arc, who sweeps out across. Pass over to Draiche, who puts up the long two. That's no good. Ball loose on the ground, handled by Draiche. Taken by Hoon. Now over to Williamson. Williamson works in. Pass underneath. As that is knocked away. Kushiba working her way in with some speed. Puts the brakes on, goes for the shot. Rebound taken by Sowers, that's knocked away by Murray. And Williamson coming on a fast break. Turns around now on the near corner. Flips Fields all the way over to Hoon. Into the corner, knocked away by Sowers. Possession retains.
No. 41. Yep. Hey, we're going cross. Hey, cross. Yeah.
So McGank subbing out Kaminskis. As that's sent all the way over for Williamson. Puts up a long two, stuffed by Simon. And now Sowers going to see if she can get some points on the board. She has 2 already. She's averaging quite a few a game as she's knocked away in there. But now Bordonia handles it and is fouled. So referee's having a discussion here. Not sure what it's about, I don't know. Okay, so possession, sorry, I don't know basketball. Okay, so some confusion here with possession arrow and a foul. Divine Child ref head coach Mary Laney. Very confused as to what the call is here. It was a foul on Divine Child, a holding foul on Tessa Bordonia, who now stands at the far sideline to send the ball in. Pass that one over to Kushaba. Kushaba sweeps out across the top, now into the corner for Simon. Simon has that knocked away, but possession going to stay with the Irish as Kushaba subs out for Thayular. Just under 5 minutes left in the first half. That knocked away by Williamson. Bordonia throws it in on a cutting Simon. Simon puts up the layup off the rim and out. Foul. So there's a foul on Williamson for the push. So Bordonia going to throw it in again for the Irish, as it tends to be with these fans. That's put out on the post for Sowers. Sowers throws that one up, no good. Handled by Ringwelski, who now moves her way around, hands it off to Hansen, now back over to Williamson. Williamson from the short angle into the corner. Now into the post for Ringwelski. That rebound knocked away by the Yank over to Bordonia. Bordonia thought about sending it into the post. Now does for Sowers. Sowers rolls, gets under. No good. That's grabbed by Hoon. Hoon on the fast break makes her way in. Pass for Wilhelmsen. Wilhelmsen puts the brakes on. Raichi puts that shot up. That rebound is handled by Simon. He passes that one over to Tessa Bordonia. And on to 4 minutes in the first half. Bordonia cutting into the lane, now puts the brakes on, trying to work under the post. As that one knocked away, Williamson works her way in, fumbles that trap, fumbles the dribble, taken by Sayular, who passes that one over to Sowers. We are still tied, we are still sitting 10-12, as Sowers puts up a long three that bricks out. Rebound handled by Bordonia, who loses that one, taken by Williamson. Puts a nice move behind the back up to Drake. Drake with the layup, that one out, as that's handled by Sowers. And a foul called on Sayular. So throw-in taken by Drake. Drake throws that one in, looking for Williamson. Now down into the paint as that's knocked away by Sowers. Stepping out of bounds was Divine Child, so possession gonna go to the Irish. And I'm not saying that this as a dig in any way, but it tends to be a pattern with Divine Child that whenever a ref makes a call, there is almost immediately some form of complaint as Sowers is knocked down in the paint. Jump ball. So now Cameron Hoon, the senior for Divine Child, throws that one in to Lizzie Williamson, the junior. Williamson, half court. Sends that one over Drake. That one's tipped up by Bordonia, taken by Kaminskis. Now in the feet and handled by Sowers. Sowers slowing it down on a 2:45 left in the first half. Sowers crosses. As that pass intended for Bordonia offline, that's sent up ahead to Hoon. Working your way in Euro step and the lay. Hunt takes it now. Bordonia making her way down. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Bordonia makes her way under with the layup. No good. Handled by Sayular. She loses that. And that's sent up ahead to Hun. Hun works in with a charge. Hun ran in very hard into Sowers. Sowers soaks that one. And possession goes to Notre Dame. Cellular takes the inbound pass. Now going to be odd man. Cellular works her way in, stops, passes over to Simon. Simon puts that shot up, no good. That's set up ahead. Williamson catches up with a leading pass with the layup, making it now up to 8 points on the day. As Bordonia works her way in, puts on the brakes, looking for a layup as that's knocked away. Jump ball, gonna go to the Irish. They're trailing by 6 right now, as Kaminskis is subbed out for Jenna Montano.
Good.
Bordonia throwing it in for the Irish. Throws that one over. Sowers works her way in. Goes for the layup and is fouled. So now 4 fouls in the quarter for Divine Child. So first free throw up from Sowers off the rim and out. And then subbing out Hun is Draish. Lots of hard last names on this Divine Child team. We're trying our best. Second free throw here for Sowers. That one is up and rattles in. So Sowers up to 3 points on the day as Bordonia nearly takes that one away from Williamson. Mahmoud over to Williamson, over to Fuzz. Now back to Hamoud, over to Williamson. Williamson thought about shooting it. Doesn't pull the trigger. Draish and is fouled by Sowers. So foul on Sowers. At the first foul on Sowers, that's inbounded by Fuzz. Fuzz with a long three, that handled. Montano battling for it on the ground. And a great timeout called by the head coach, Matt Matuza. So very timeout taken by head coach Matt Matuza, trying to avoid the jump ball there. Possession would have gone to so that timeout used really well by Coach Matuza, saving what would be a jump ball with possession going to Divine Child. So able to hold on to that possession, and now the Irish will start with a fresh throw-in being taken by Nella Kaminskis, who just throws that one over to Bordonia. Bordonia being guarded by Draish, working away across half court, now down to the near arc, passes it off to Sowers. Sowers definitely been getting face guarded much more than she has been, as there's a 2 put up by a mid-range put up by Kaminskis, misses. Divine Child steps out of bounds. So now we get the sub. Kushiba subbing on for Kaminskis as Bordonia gives that one over to Montano. Now he's just straight up rejected. Williamson had a full 5 fingers on that one. That 3-point attempt from Jenna Montano, the freshman, that's passing the paint for Kushiba. And a foul.